Hi beauties, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about the makeup look that I'm wearing right now. This should be very familiar to you all. This is the makeup look that I was wearing for the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty haul / giveaway video. A lot of you commented on the makeup look as well as my hair. I was having a really good hair day and a pretty good makeup day as well. So I decided to recreate it for you guys. This is a very fresh, springy, but natural, not trying too hard kind of makeup look. However, it is really full-on glam. Like if you were to see me in person, you would realize that the lashes are va va voom. This look is very bold, even though it doesn't always translate that way on camera. So to you guys, it may look pretty natural, but it really is a bold makeup look, just so you know. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for joining me for today's video. And if you're new to my channel, you know what to do. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. That way you won't miss any of my uploads. Also be sure to turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I post a new video. Okay, so let me first tell you guys, the lipstick that I'm wearing right now is different than the one I wore when I filmed the video, because I went back and I just kept looking at the first makeup look, and I really think I might have been wearing this lipstick. This is shade 70. It is a YSL lipstick, and I thought that I was wearing shade number 10. Number 10 is this one, and this one is 70, and they're very similar, except 70 is a little more pink. And I can't quite tell which one I had on. I wrote down shade 10, but when you look at the bottom here, they both look very similar, like it could have been a mistake. So I switched the lip out after filming the video just so I could see for myself what shade was I actually wearing. I don't know. So you have two options now. They're both kind of pricey, so just, you know, choose wisely. I used the Smashbox Full Exposure palette to create this look. I've used this palette several times here on my channel, and every time I use this to create a makeup look, people always comment on the look, even if it's not a makeup tutorial. And it's a very basic palette. It's a neutral palette and it's beautiful, but I'm sure if you were in the store and saw this, you might walk by it several times and think it's not something you need to have. But I'm so happy that I have this palette, because it actually is probably the only one that I have that's neutral and has these types of colors, which is probably why I use it so much. I love it. I love it, okay? I also use this Butter London Glazing eye gloss in the shade Frosted. That's what's all over my lid, so I created a cut crease using that. And I also used the Masquerade Mini palette to help me with the eyeshadow. I love how the look turned out, and I'm really happy that you guys asked me to recreate it again. I intentionally stopped filming as many makeup tutorials because people don't typically view them very much. Most of the time, you guys like to watch my product reviews as well as my hauls and my favorites videos, but not so much my makeup tutorials. So I kind of cut back on them because of that. And my time is limited, so I can't film as many videos. So I was really trying to film the content that you guys like. So if you really like this makeup tutorial and you'd like to see more, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. That lets me know that this is something that you would like to see here on my channel. I didn't get all in my feelings because you guys don't watch my makeup tutorials. I just figured you guys would rather see Shayla and Desi and Jaclyn Hill and people like that create the makeup looks. I do like doing them, and I will continue to do them from time to time. I just won't film them as much if that's not the type of content that my audience likes, okay? Let me know also by thumbs it up if I hit the nail on the head. Let me know if I recreated the look. So I'm gonna stop rambling. Let's go ahead and jump into today's video. Oh, that felt so good, guys. I love my MAC Prep and Prime. I just love it. I didn't use this the first time I created this look, but I'm gonna go out after this, and I don't want my skin to get oily. So I'm gonna take a little bit of my Becca Ever Matte Poreless Primer, and I'm gonna put that on first in just a few places before going in with my next primer. I wanna fill in the pores, but I also just want to stay a little more matte right here. This is really good for that, guys. Now I'm going in with my YSL primer, the Touche Eclat. This one has little gold flecks, and it's just really good for making you have that healthy glow. Your foundation just glides on. I love it. You guys know that. I love it. Why do I always have to have my mouth open? For foundation today, I'm using Estee Lauder's Double Wear in Cinnamon. I was using a tester of a different shade and it wasn't a good match. And I think that's why I didn't like the foundation, and they came out with some new shades. This one is a great match for me, and now I absolutely love it. Love it. I really like this brush. This is the Morphe Y6 brush. Laura Lee talks about it all the time. Put a little half a pump for a couple of places. Now I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Shape Tape in the color Tan. I've really been enjoying using this Sigma 3D Kabuki brush for blending out my concealer lately. I might need a new beauty blender, but for some reason, I was just starting to have some issues with the beauty blender, like transferring the product and picking it up. So maybe I just need a new one. This is my Laura Mercier. I'm gonna use that, and this is the Morphe E58 brush. It's really good for picking up product and putting it in those concealer areas. Now I'm gonna go in with my Chanel powder. Something about this powder, I really like it. This one is the shade Translucent 3. It says 40 D-O-R-E, Doré, I guess. Translucent 3. So it's one, I think it's the darkest shade, and it's like that color. Okay, so what I do, ooh, a lot came out. Too much, is I'll put a little bit in the cap like so, and I take my bigger powder brush. This is a Morphe brush, and I just go in those areas where the Laura Mercier is not. Okay, and I like to use the translucent powder. I realized recently that if I use a darker powder in those concealer areas, it just isn't highlighted as much. While that bakes, I'm going to sculpt my brows with my Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Ebony, and I will be back. Oh, I'm gonna do it off camera. So we're gonna use our 24-hour brow setter. I said, when I talked about this, I think in my Ulta video, I said that I had tried this before in a free sample, but I actually hadn't. I confused it with something else by Benefit. So this is actually my first time trying it, and it is really good, guys. Let's move on to eyes. And I'm gonna do my best to duplicate that makeup look, guys, but sometimes when I try to go back and recreate something, it's like that was a magic moment that I can't get back. I can come close, but can't always get it back. So I'm using my Urban Decay Primer Potion, my favorite eyeshadow primer. Stop it. Lovely autofocus. Stay with me. Stay with me, Goose. Stay with me. A little bit of Top Gun humor. Using my trusty color switch, my Sephora color switch. Make sure my brushes are clean. All right, so I'm using the Full Exposure palette. We're gonna start with this shade today as a transition. Okay, we're gonna build it up, and we're gonna go in with this color using the same brush. This is my E40 brush. I'm just gonna come down a little lower in the crease. And this is one of those colors that never looks that impressive in the pan, but it just gives you this beautiful gradient look. I have a couple of E40 brushes, so I'll just take the clean brush and make sure it's all blended out nicely. So just take a look, guys. Even though these two shadows in the pan, these two shadows don't look super impressive, they just add this beautiful base for what else I'm about to apply. It just, I don't know, something about it. I'm gonna take my Sigma E38 I'm going to take this darker brown here, and I'm just going to apply that in the outer V. I'm going to apply that here. And I'm concentrating most of that dark brown in the corner, and then I'm just dragging what's left on the brush over into the crease. I'm gonna go back in with our E40 and blend everything out. Alrighty guys, now, okay, I'm gonna use this little Sigma Exact blend. I'm gonna pick up a small amount of the black for the corner here. And I'm just adding a little bit because black, you just don't want to go too heavy with it. So I'm just gradually building that up. And I like this blending brush. It is very unique as a blender because you can also use it to apply shadow to the lid, but it keeps the color where you want it. It's perfect when blending out colors like black, because you don't want your black everywhere. I'm gonna go back in with that E38 and just blend that in a little. Time to cut that. Cut that zero. Get with this hero. Just say yes, I don't want to hear no no's. Okay, that's telling my age. Got some Dougie Fresh. All right, I'm gonna cut the crease using my Tarte Shape Tape. Just gonna put a little bit on my hand. I've really been enjoying this brush. This is the E62 brush for cutting the crease. It is a cut crease brush. So I'm gonna start off in the center here to get so that I can get rid of any excess product. I like to stretch my lid. If you have a hooded lid, it will help you get the concealer in those crevices. Okay, so that your concealer will go on perfectly. Okay, so we're gonna do a kind of a half cut crease. And what I do is go up a little bit above my crease. And this will help you, if you have a slight hood, it kind of helps hide the hood. Okay, I'm not gonna talk on this part because it's the tricky work. Okay, so it's not perfect, but that's okay. It'll look pretty good when I apply the rest of the products. So let's do the other side. It's time to eat. You know it always is. I had to go grab a little snack. These are the Triscuit sweet potato and roasted onion. They taste good, but you can't go on a date afterwards. Now we're ready for our glazing eye gloss. This is by Butter London. It was one of the products that I gave away in my giveaway. Okay, so I'm using a concealer brush by Sigma. I'm using a lot of Sigma brushes today. This is the F75 brush. And this brush is just good for working with this kind of wet product, because this is a wet product. I'm just kind of fading it out here because we're going to go in with some other products on the end here. I'm still eating Triscuits, guys. This is the Morphe M506. Sorry. I'm gonna take this blue shadow here. It's kind of a blue-gray. And I just packed this here in the corner. And I tried to wait a little while for this to get a little dry. And I did it kind of in a little bit of a diagonal, I remember. Okay, see? I'm just kind of packing that over To make it a little bit more blue, I went in, we're gonna try it. Let's do this blue here. I don't remember which one it was, guys. We're gonna go in light because I don't remember which blue I used. Yeah, I think this was the one. And I just added a little bit of that. Okay, so then I took this E35 brush by Morphe. It's a really tiny detailing brush. I took a little bit of the black and defined the crease area just a little bit. Okay, so I'm just gonna dip it in my black and I'm gonna go right over where the crease is, just to make it pop a little more. I'm so happy because I never use this brush for anything. I'm like, ooh, it has a purpose now. I can tell I made my line just a little thicker than I did the first time, but that's okay. That's it right there. Okay, we're gonna put a little translucent powder here. It's so hard for me. Like, I want to use my Tom Ford brush so badly. I didn't use that brush that day because I didn't have it yet. So I'm gonna use, just gonna use what I used. This is my Absolute New York bronzer. This is my lovely drugstore bronzer in the shade Dark. And I didn't contour that day or anything. I just bronzed. You see that? Beautiful, beautiful bronzer. It's just so good. It's so good. It's amazing. Just sun-kissed. Yes. I'm also going to take a little bit of the translucent powder here. I'm all out of order. I'm doing things out of order. I know I am. All right, let's dust this off here. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and line my lid. I lined my lid that day with my Stila liner pen. I'm gonna line my lid, apply my beautiful Lily lashes. I have a new pair of lashes. These are my Style Miami lashes. And I will be back. I'm gonna take my little smudger brush. This is the Short Shader E20. And I'm just gonna smudge like some of these shadows under the lash line here. And then I'm going to take that dark brown too. Put a little dark brown and putting that a little closer. I think I'd put a little bit of black too. I'm lining my waterline with the Ardency in, and this one is growing on me. I was really using my It Cosmetics liner a lot, and then I just started back using this one, so I do like it. I think I used my Ofra highlighter that day for my inner tear duct. We're getting ready to see if that looks about right. There we go. Inner tear duct. I'm gonna go back and smooth out my bronzer here with my It Cosmetics buffing brush. And like, I just love this bronzer, guys. It's the perfect color for me, for my skin tone, so I love it. Add a little more right here. I feel like I need a little right there. A little bit more. I didn't contour my nose the first time I did this, but I'm going to do it today with my Kevyn Aucoin powder and my Sigma brush. Snatched. Let me grease my lips a little bit. Still using my Super Care Balm. My Korean products, still using them. Okay, for blush, guys, I used my Tarte blush palette, and I used this shade that I've been loving. This is Extraordinary. See? They're so pretty, guys. It's just a really pretty blush color. I'll start here. And it has like a little bit of shimmer qualities. And I really went in heavier on my cheek, on the apples of my cheek, that particular day, I remember. Because sometimes, like, I notice when I film, it looks like I'm putting on a lot of blush, but then when I look at the video, you can barely see my blush, so I went in a little bit heavier that day. So I really got those apples. See how it has like this beautiful sheen? I've gotten so I like doing the apples of my cheeks more than I used to. I'd gotten away from that, but I like the apples of my cheeks to be rosy. I use my Ofra highlighter here, and I'm gonna use my It's My Ray Ray brush, and I think I just mixed these colors. Look at that, guys. Okay, and I'm gonna just take my beauty blender this time just to soften it. I've noticed if I don't do this sometimes, I see this like harsh line with my highlighter. There we go, guys. Ooh, Nikki, you did your thing. And you know, I did the video on the Becca versus the Lancome, and I still like the Lancome is more radiant. And so if I want that radiant look, this is the one I use, guys. Lining my lips with my Cork lip liner. Oh, wait a minute, guys. Hold up. I forgot. I would have been mad at myself. I forgot to hit those lower lashes. So let's do that before we finish the lips. Using my MAC Giga Black Lash Extended Play, whatever you call it. Back to lips. Cork lip liner. YSL. My YSL number 10 lipstick. Oh, this is such a creamy lipstick. Expensive, but beautiful. Sugar Sugar. You can stop there, but I add the Gilded Honey by Laura Geller. I love this stuff. I'm not sure. I used the Morphe setting spray, but my daughter has been using this and it feels mighty empty. If there's nothing in here, we gotta get a plan B. There's something in here. Oh, wait a minute, guys. Oh, I forgot. I knew I was gonna forget something. I highlighted. Okay, let's just use an eyeshadow brush, but I remember that I highlighted my brows a little bit this time. Whoa, that is mighty striking. Okay, doesn't that make a big difference? Highlighting that brow bone. Oh my goodness.
All right, everyone, so this concludes my video for today. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Also, make sure you leave me any questions or comments that you may have. And if you've not already subscribed to my channel, click that subscribe button before you leave. So I'll be seeing you guys again very soon in my next video. So until the next time we meet again, this is Savvy signing out.